Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nindi Alfiani. I come from Ma'arif Vocational High School N1 Purbolinggo. In this opportunity, I want to presentation with the title Why English is Important for a Secretary. Well, first I will explain about the important English for humans. English is one language that is indispensable in human life in this world. It cannot be denied that almost all countries use English to communicate with other people. For example, at this time almost all job demand recruitment is to be able to use English. Next, the definition of secretary. A secretary is someone who helps the leader in going through and completing a job. A secretary is also an intermediary for people who want to connect with their leader or vice versa. The ability to communicate and interact with leader, outsider, and business partner is a very important role for a secretary. Because the reach or cooperation of companies is not only at the national level, but also at the international level, especially large companies. For that, a secretary must be able to communicate well, so that they can communicate with executive level guests, and are able to assist the leader in negotiating. He is also required to have word and compose sentences well and clearly, pleasing to all parties who communicate with him. Right now, the challenges of secretary in work are increasingly diverse. This is due to adjustment to the rate of change in the modernization of life. The rapidly developing economic industry cannot provide a secretary with the opportunity to work casually. For example, about communication technology. As it is known, this communication is very broad in scope. It can occur directly or face-to-face communication as well as direct communication via internet, telephone, and so on. Direct communication requires a secretary who is fluent in communicating using Indonesia or foreign language and has expertise through his own attractive and persuasive presentation. Next, with English we can, firstly, improve career. Career development efforts, which are a form of human resource management, are implemented through a program known as Career Development Program. This program is an effort made by the company to provide opportunities for employees to improve work performance. Second, get a higher position. Because what is called the world of work that is prioritized is clear ability. If that ability is qualified, it can be an opportunity to move up a position. Third, make communication easier. Of course, we will not only communicate with people around us, we will most likely communicate with strangers. Therefore, speaking English is indispensable. Fourth, expand relation. All companies are definitely looking for qualified employees in many fields, especially for large companies whose relationships are mostly foreigners. English is definitely required in order to expand cooperation between many countries. Next, in communicating in English, a secretary must pay attention to certain things. Firstly, try to speak clearly. Speech that sounds unclear to the other person is sometimes causes irritation to the interlocutor. Second, avoid speaking quickly. Talk calmly and regularly. It's useless we talk in a hurry until we are short of breath, but the other person has a hard time understanding. Third, use good grammar. Language can show the quality of a person's personality and background. Don't use harsh words, let alone offend the opponent's heart. Next, from all the explanation above, it can be concluded a secretary must master a foreign language such as English. Mastering a good and correct foreign language will make a secretary more competent in his career. Free communicating with strangers will make the language difficult. But on the other hand, if you dare to communicate with foreigners, you will master the language better. Well, I think enough for my presentation today. Any question?
Yes. Thank you, Nindi. You have good English, good fluency in explaining. Just need to be aware of some pronunciations like the word therefore, the way you have to pronounce it like that. Next, although, okay, next, avoid, okay, and like foreigner, itu lebih okay. Go to my question. In your presentation just now, you say, if secretary has good English, she or he will be able to help the leader or his boss, superintendent, and assist him in negotiation. Right? Secretary will help in making good negotiation. Can you explain more how secretary can help the boss or the company in the process of negotiation?
Can you repeat please?
Yeah. Can you tell me how the secretary can help the company or the boss in making good negotiation? The role of secretary in negotiation.
Role.
The role. What does secretary can do during negotiation? In negotiation, what secretary can do? What the secretary can contribute? What secretary can do, or what secretary can contribute in making negotiation? So the company will have good negotiation process.
Okay, I will answer your question using Indonesia. Tentang negosiasi, seorang sekretaris harus bisa berbahasa Inggris supaya perusahaan tersebut memiliki relasi bukan hanya di dalam negeri tetapi juga di luar negeri. Jika seorang sekretaris tidak bisa berbahasa Inggris, hal itu akan menyulitkan pimpinannya karena seorang sekretaris adalah tangan kanan dari pimpinannya. Terima kasih.
My second question, and I think it's going to be my last question. You said that a secretary must be able to make an attractive and persuasive presentation.
Yes.
Can you give me more explanation? What is attractive and persuasive presentation?
Seorang sekretaris jelas akan mempresentasikan seorang sekretaris akan mempromosikan salah satu dari usaha perusahaan tersebut sehingga berpresentasi itu sangat diwajibkan, dan apabila relasi tersebut dari luar negeri, berbahasa Inggris juga sangatlah penting. Terima kasih.
I think that's all. Thank you, Nindi. See you next time.
Yes. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm sorry for some mistake. Last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.